battered outer seawall. The old conservatory stayed, all cracked glass ribs and iron lattice, all green made dim by weathered haze. The orchids had long since lost their names there, their little plaques gone white with salt, while vines climbed through the shattered rafters like mercy bypassing human fault. Moth-pale lamps still burned at morning, faint as breath, untarnished chrome and shell. Tide slid through the pathways, making every stone path seem half dream, half home. I came there with my blighted seasons, all the parts of me I'd left to spoil, thinking tenderness was only meant for things still easy, young and whole. But in the mothlight mercy of the Seawall Conservatory, even ruin learned the shape of bloom, not restored to some unbroken garden, just given air and patience in the humid room. And the tide between the cracked terrariums moved like kindness through the fern cold blue. I thought redemption would arrive as a rescue. It came like learning damaged things can still grow toward the truth. At the center stood a fallen arbor, its white paint peeled to pearl and green, and underneath the marble bench held seed husks, dust and rain and silver seams. One glass case half collapsed and fogging still protected a single climbing rose, its stem gone wild around the hinges, flowering where no careful gardener chose. Nearby a tray of empty pots was lined in rings of mineral white, and something in those patient circles felt less like failure than a life. I touched a leaf with salt along its edges, it bent but would not fully break, and in that small resistant softness I felt my own heart's sorrow reawake, not to wound me, but to show me how long I'd confused survival with decay. Then dawn spilled amber through the roofline, turning every web to woven fire, and all the overgrown disorder looked less forsaken than inspired. So in the mothlight mercy of the Seawall Conservatory, even my barren hours turned mild, not healed into some easy springtime, just made tender enough to shelter what stayed wild. And the tide between the cracked terrariums moved like kindness through the fern cold blue. I thought redemption would arrive as a rescue. It came like learning damaged things can still still grow toward the truth.